No Automobilista 2 update, more about that in a moment, but a lot of everything else in sim racing coming up right here, right now. Greetings Rummies and welcome to Rum, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to our regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Welcome to the channel if you're new here, and thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. As I said in the teaser, the much expected Automobilista 2 update won't be taking place this month after all, and has been moved to late October by Renato Simeoni, boss of the independent studio. Apart from Reza working on Reza time, which means they adhere to schedules as they want, the bigger issue they had here is that according to the Reza developers, the bug fixes they did for the 1.5 big release, see the link up there for a full explanation, came with different realizations on how to better use the Madness engine. And every time they did one thing better, not only did it come with a metric ton of changes to the overall sim, it also uncovered yet another piece of code they could change to make the sim even better. It seems this concatenation of good ideas and changes in code has been rolling on since the 1.5, and it's not likely to stop anytime soon, which may be why Renato decided to let the good ideas flow and not try to box what they already had into a release as expected as this is and was. We admire this dedication to a better product, even if we're sure some people on the forums, Reddit and elsewhere are going to be protesting. It's the internet after all, where seemingly people come to be upset about whatever. Studio 397, makers of rFactor 2 and allegedly of other sims, have done some updates in their cars, mostly the BMW M2 CS they published a while ago as DLC. They updated its tire model, refined ABS and TC while increasing the sample rate of ABS, the rate at which the ABS system calculates locking off the brakes and therefore activates or not. Added a gearbox shift protection and done a collection of other small corrections. See the link in a description as always for more details about it. They also added a bunch of new liveries, updated the sound extensively, enhanced the driver animations and adjusted fuel consumption. Furthermore, they expressly hint they are going to be given the DLC for free, quote unquote, very soon. No reason given for that at all. Also, the March 761 Brabham BT44 and McLaren M23 got some lighting fixes. The Brabham BT44 and McLaren M23 also got the gear ratios corrected slightly, as well as getting the suspension nerfed, seemingly to make its fragility similar to other cars of the time. This is a very lightweight update, but we suppose the team is frantically working on getting the Le Mans Ultimate Sim ready before Reza adds the track to Automobilista 2, which, while it's expected to happen before the end of the year, you never know with Reza. Next Level Racing, makers of all types of hardware for sim racing, have released their Go-Kart Plus racing rig configured specially to race, you guessed it, go-karts. As you can see in the pictures offered by Next Level Racing, this cockpit has you sitting pretty much the way you'd sit in a kart. What we don't know is why their video has father and son not driving karts. It's of course compatible with all kinds of wheelbases and pedals as long as the wheelbases don't develop more than 13 Nm torque, and if you really want to use it for karting, you won't even use a clutch. I don't know. After seeing Eau Rouge showing their karting rig on the Sim Racing Expo 22 with a SimuCube base, we can't but think that one's the better solution if you want to specialize in karting. We haven't tested this Go-Kart Plus, so we'll hold any definitive opinion until then. The Go-Kart Plus will burn a hole of €650 or 700 USD in your bank account, but they are having one of these giveaways where you have to follow them on 10,000 social media accounts and whatever. See the link in a description and good luck jumping through all the hoops. As it happens often enough in software development, once you've published a version, either you realize there's things don't work the way you thought they did, or your customers make you aware of this. In any case, iRacing has brought 3 more versions out of their Q4 2023 update, fixing issues in the paint shop, the servers, and fixing the way tires behave off track. With regards to cars, the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 got an important correction in the damaged model, as did the Ford Mustang FR500S and the Ferrari 296 GT3, lots of small visual corrections, as did the Super Formula SF23. Also, if you had pulled into pits with your Holden VF Commodore and nothing happened, this bug has been corrected too. And of course, Ledeno and Zandvoort 2023 needed corrections. Race Control now understand the difference between drive-through and stop-and-go penalties fully. Finally, many small graphic glitches regarding tracks also got corrected. Next week, Sunday the 8th, we broadcast the first round of Evolution Racing Academy Season 8 of the Assetto Corsa Competizione GT3 Championship. 7 rounds culminating in an hour and a half of Snetterton in Norfolk, England. Starting at Spa, the championship travels to Laguna Seca, Misano, 90 minutes of Imola, Zolder, Barcelona, and a set finishing out the season at Snetterton. The races of the ERA community are split into 4 classes depending on the driver's proficiency and their time results, and we will bring you the best of the splits with a Pro and Pro-Am. We expect this season will be as nail-biting until the end as Season 7 was, where Chris Vickers narrowly took the Pro Championship and Cem Oskul the Pro-Am, who therefore gained a free promotion to Pro for Season 8. Join us 8th of October for Round 1 at Spa-Francorchamps. Patrons help us bring better product reviews and sim racing news. Become our hero by becoming a patron at patreon.com/romrom. Amongst other perks, becoming a patron will fix your name for posterity like this, but you'll also be able to participate in our podcast recording, get to know what we plan and what we're doing, and will be able to take part in our decisions. A big thank you to our patrons and members. If you come here often, please consider subscribing. We don't really know what took them so long, and as they are not reacting to mails either because of incompetence or arrogance, we are not able to find out by asking. But in any case, the Fanatec Quick Release 2, which Fanatec was already showing in the Sim Racing Expo 2022, see the link up there, is now readily available from Fanatec. Only the prices have increased dramatically from those they had announced at the beginning of this year. Before we continue, let us be clear, you do not need to change anything in your system if you are happy with it. Your QR1 is going to continue working, but the use of QR1 in new Fanatec wheels and wheelbases is being discontinued. Any new rims and wheelbases are going to be delivered with QR2. Fanatec themselves make it clear the phase-out time frame will be 1 to 2 years, so you have plenty of time to think it over. Based on the version we saw on the Sim Racing Expo 2022, the QR2 is much better quality. It seems it'll last longer and withstand the forces, especially of DD systems, much better than the QR1. There's 3 versions of the QR2 for rims: the QR2, the QR2 Pro, and the QR2 Lite. The QR2 and QR2 Pro are both made of aluminium, the difference being that the QR2 Pro has been homologated by the FIA for use in real-life racing cars, and at €200 it costs €100 more than the standard QR2. The QR2 Lite, on the other hand, is made of some carbon fiber reinforced plastic, costing only €60. What we saw and tested at the Sim Racing Expo 22 was the aluminium version, and we expect this version to be better at withstanding the forces of a strong Newton-meter DD wheel. At the base side there's only two versions of the QR, one made with die-cast aluminium costing €70, the other with CNC'd aviation-grade aluminium costing €150. Fanatec's recommendation is to use the latter for DD1 and DD2 podium bases, the former for all other bases. Our recommendation is to continue using whatever you have on your Fanatec system right until you want to either buy a new rim or your QR1 starts dismantling itself into smaller pieces. Nobody needs to jump towards QR2 otherwise, even if from an engineering point of view and in our opinion the QR2 is quite well designed. At those prices, just exchanging your system because there's a new one may be financial suicide. If it's not, we would welcome you among our patrons. Just saying.